But if you can't be one with your guitar, there's no way you're going to be one with the other guy and his guitar either. It's all the same thing, is this unity that we're striving for. So that's why I started with the guitar first, is that if you can't be one with your guitar, you're not going to get to that place. And it's going to be the exact same biodynamics that gets you one with the guitar that gets you together. And then after that, you can remind me, if I forget toward the end, is we want to get how to get into oneness with the listeners. Or since you guys are a public band, right? How do you get into harmony or oneness with the audience? Because that's what you really want, is that oneness to convey what you're doing. So there'll be a step-by-step process that we're going to go through, plus enhancing the music. But it's basically centered on the fact that if you can't be it, and if you can't communicate it, then what's the use?
I just got my wisdom teeth pulled too, so I may not be singing a whole lot.
Okay, that's okay. I heard you guys playing next, because I live next door, and I thought I'd just come over and see if you guys were interested in doing a session on the biodynamics that I'm recording and marketing. So this will be a video of your guitar and your vocals, and maybe how you're singing together or harmonizing together or trying to capture like a sense of oneness. So we'll just see where the time and the session kind of take us. So let's just start by just having the two of you just play something, anything you want, just so I can see what you're doing and where you're at, and give us a chance to relax. And we'll just take it from there. Alrighty, so what we're going to do is we'll play that again after we're done. So the first thing you want to do is, since naturally you're a musician with your instrument, you want to try and develop a close as possible tie or sense of oneness with your instrument. That just makes sense. You want to be at one with your instrument, or you want to be together, right? Or you want to be in the zone, so to speak, with your instrument. So there's a lot of ways that we communicate oneness through the way we touch things. And I always like to use the example of a baby. So when we have picking up a baby or grabbing a baby, right?
Yeah.
But it also could be a favorite, something that you have that you really like. Or on a real hot day, you grab a beer, you just don't grab it, right? Or a cool drink, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like you're cradling that thing, right? So there's natural biodynamics just in the way we touch things that indicate that we want to embrace ourselves with it, okay? So what we're going to do first is just start with just the way that you touch your guitar and hold your guitar. We're going to emphasize what are the biodynamics of a deep connection, because a lot of times it's done subconsciously, but you don't think of using it with your musical instruments. Okay? So what I'm going to first have you do is just like hold out your hands, just palms facing each other, and you don't have to stretch out too far. You don't need to, just so you can still support your guitar is fine. And then you'll notice this is kind of like a stirl, like almost like a mechanical man type of position with your palms facing each other. But now if you place your hands with the palms down, you can almost feel the energy drain out of them. And so we'll go like back to palms facing each other, and then you drop your hands palms down, and it's like you just lost any connection with everything. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just turn our palms up. Okay. And all of a sudden you instantly can feel everything around you better. So we'll do palms facing each other like we're a loose robot. And then as we turn our hands palms up, you can almost feel yourself get connected to everything around you. Did you both feel that? Okay, good. Now if you don't feel it, because this is a teaching video, you need to say, I don't get that. Or if you have a question, feel free to say anything you want. Keep in mind, we're also going to be editing, so don't be embarrassed if something embarrassing happens. Okay, all right. So now, if we were reaching towards something that we cherish, I always like to use the idea of a baby because that always works. But it could be anything you cherish. Or someone's going to give you a prize Gibson guitar, right? And you're saying, this is for me, right? And you're going to reach toward it. First, we're going to pretend we're going to reach toward it with our palms facing each other, like this. And you pretend like you're reaching toward this treasured guitar or a baby like that, right? And you can feel it's all about me, right? You can feel, I feel myself here. Now we're going to put our hands back again. And then we're going to reach with our palms down toward this treasured object. When you reach palms down, you realize there's nothing there. Okay. No emotion, no connection. Okay. Now we're going to reach palms up. And you can feel I'm reaching like I really want that. Right? And if I touch it, I'm going to give that feeling that I really want to connect with it. It's going to be in my touch even. Okay. Let's just do it one more time. It's just palms up as we reach towards something. And you can feel that connection. Okay. And you can almost feel it in the pit of your stomach or your abdomen. So if you do stuff with center or hara, you can actually feel this motion going to your stomach. Okay. So now what we're going to do is use the same motion and touch our guitar to put it against our body. Okay? So just not be touching it, and then just be touching it, but with this motion from the palms up or cradling the guitar. And then try it again. Just not touch it, and then just touch it. Like this is my guitar that is my guitar, is treasured. And you want that guitar to feel that it is treasured, right? And you notice as you're holding that guitar in your hands, it should feel like it's almost alive. It's just not a guitar. This is my guitar, but you can feel the life and the energy from which the music is going to exude. Do you kind of get that feeling? Okay, good. All right. So now we're just going to put the guitar down now. And then thinking about that, we're going to think that I'm making this guitar my own. I want this guitar to be in harmony with my vibes, my energy, where I'm coming from, single nuance of me as you touch it and lift it up. So literally, you're saying, you're mine. I'm making you my own. We're going to do this together. It's not me playing the guitar. It's this guitar and I are together. We're as one. Okay? So now just think about, this is my intent. I'm going to make this guitar be part of me. As you pick it up and hold it. Okay, I just put it down for a second. And then just think about what we just did. And that your concept of your guitar should have changed. It's that now we're together, we made it one with each other. And this goes the same way in relationships. You know, like if you have girlfriends, it's, you don't want to be separate. You want to be as together. And it's the same way that you have your band, is you don't want to be separate guys playing together. Right? You want to be literally as one, or whatever you must have a word for that when you're really together.
Yeah. Unity. Friends.
What was that again?
Friends, unity, you know.
Yeah, okay. So, so you have to keep in mind, I'm hard of hearing too.
Yeah, it doesn't help with these planes that keep going by.
So, anyways, that's what you want to be, is together, right? Like literally together. But we're going to, the direction we're going toward is, we're not just content with being together, right? We want to be literally as one. Because there's a difference between playing with the same beat, like the beat's supposed to control you together, as opposed to you are, and that little bit of difference is actually when you really are together, or as one, is when you're trying to let the beat and harmony and the energy pull you together. Literally, you are the beat, the harmony, you are the energy, all together as one. And that's where we're headed. But if you can't be one with your guitar, there's no way you're going to be one with the other guy and his guitar either. It's all the same thing, is this unity that we're striving for. So that's why I started with the guitar first, is that if you can't be one with your guitar, you're not going to get to that place. And it's going to be the exact same biodynamics that gets you one with the guitar, that gets you together. And then after that, you can remind me, if I forget toward the end, is we want to get how to get into oneness with the listeners. Or since you guys are a public band, right? How do you get into harmony or oneness with the audience? Because that's what you really want, is that oneness to convey what you're doing. So there'll be a step-by-step process that we're going to go through, plus enhancing the music. But it's basically centered on the fact that if you can't be it, and if you can't communicate it, then what's the use? Well, maybe not what's the use, but you're not going to get to the place that you really want to be. So that's what we're doing here, and we just started with this guitar and try to just develop a little bit of the skills of connecting with the guitar first. And so that's what we just did. Okay, now you play strings, right? In the piano we did it with every key, is touch the strings. Good. Enjoyed it.